Coach told him, you gave this guy way too much respect so far. You better go out there and take it back, suck it up, and fight this SOB. Your belt is on the line. Then somebody yelled in his corner, Brian, you got to win the last 2 rounds. And Freddie Roach said, you've got to knock him down and maybe knock him out. Well, he said it a little bit more unpleasant than
a little
that.
more colorfully. But I would say knock him out, not knock him down. And if you notice, the guy who's fighting like he needs these last 2 rounds right now is Omar Nino.
And there are the jabs through 10 rounds. Viloria has landed 6, folks. 6 through 10 and only thrown 54.
That's just, it's beyond explanation. He's just not letting it go. There's a good hook off the jab there by Viloria, but the jab again did not land.
Yeah, you wonder if just Nino in the ring, Viloria just, you know, sometimes golfers play a hole and they get a bad feel on the tee. They can't see the hole, the visualization. Maybe he just can't size up Nino in front of him.
I'll give you another example. How about a pitcher who just keeps hitters off balance and you can't figure out why? Nobody gets good swings against him. It's like Viloria can't get a good swing against this guy. You know, in talking with Brian Viloria and his people, including Gary Gittleson this morning, it seemed that their biggest concern was not losing this fight because of the distraction of the Kameda fight that we've mentioned several times. They were less concerned with the opponent than with the distraction. And I think, you know, now, 11 rounds into this fight, that was a miscalculation.
They did say, though, that they felt Nino was awkward.
All right. I don't think awkward adequately describes what's happening right now.
And look at Nino digging in. Left to the chin.
He's got the crowd with him now.
Yep. Oh, left hand by Nino found the chin of Viloria.
Excellent punching. Oh, there's actually a good spurt by Viloria. But before that, the guy fighting like he needs these rounds again is Omar Nino.
Well, he does need the rounds because he's trying to take Viloria's belt.
So then you agree with that?
You got to fight strong. You got to fight to the finish.
You're right.
Don't coast. All right, we'll take you to the corner of Brian Viloria.
Hey, 1 down, son.
Huh?
1 down to go. All right? You heard him again, okay? Now you hear it. When you're bobbing and weaving, you got to come up with those shots. Let's get on this guy, okay? Yeah. You got to fight this round. This is the last round of your life right here, son. This is it, okay? You got to put him down the deck, all right, this round, okay? Yeah.
Last and final round. Touch gloves when you come out.
All right?
Everything you got, Brian.
You got to put this guy on the deck, okay? All right? Last round.
Just stay on him.
All right, now here. Here. When you're on the inside with this guy, okay, you got to bob and weave and come up with the hard hooks.
Yeah.
All right? All right, don't say wait for the break. Stay low, bob and weave and fire.
Yeah.
Okay, you need this round, son. This is it. This is it. This is it. This is your round, son, okay? Let's go.
You got to put him on the deck. You know, in this summer of baseball, David Ortiz has been the man for the Red Sox with walk-off home runs. He needs a walk-off knockout right now to pull this thing out of the fire.
Did I hear Freddie Roach correctly? Did he say this is the last round of your life, son? That's about as dramatic as you can make it.
What does Nino do? Trying to wrestle away Viloria's belt. A huge upset in the making, at least according to our perspective. Brian Viloria and Omar Nino.
And I, again, do not understand what Viloria is waiting for. There is no tomorrow. There is no 13th round. Let's go.
You know, coach, a trainer, they can give the players the game plan. They can put them in the position. They can give them all the words of wisdom. But at the end of the day, the athlete has to pull the trigger.
Absolutely right. And Viloria is not pulling the trigger.
I would just love to know.
Well, we're going to find out. Guess we'll ask him.
Cannot be saved by the bell in any round. The WBC light flyweight championship at stake. Omar Nino out of Mexico.
I'm sorry, Bob, but where is the urgency in Viloria?
Yeah,
He's got his man against the ropes.
And Nino's kind of just backing away and trying to stay away from the power of Viloria. Viloria, the latest knockout he ever scored was an 11th round stoppage against Gilberto Quebas.
I just don't understand right now what's going through Brian Viloria's mind that tells him he can win even this round like this. Oof. Beaten to the jab.
There's been no jab from Viloria. The CompuBox stats have shown that.
All right, I know I made a speech before about boxing politics and the way these things go and blah, blah, blah. If Omar Nino does not win this decision, I will be outraged.
I think the viewers would be, and I think everybody here would be.
I'm telling you in advance. Good left hook by Viloria.
He's got 30 seconds to save his championship. At least we think so. No real sense of urgency from Brian Viloria. Ten seconds to go. And there's the bell. You know, Viloria raises his hands, but Nino goes to Viloria's corner to celebrate.
On my card, Bobby, he can have the round, but he can't have the fight.
Nino carried to his corner on the shoulders of his people as he pulled off the huge upset. As Brian Viloria let his WBC light flyweight championship disappear. Viloria never got in a rhythm. Nino, in his first fight out of Mexico, doubled up Viloria as far as punches thrown. He threw 778 to Viloria's 398. He landed more than double the amount of punches. Viloria with no jab at all in this fight. In fact, there was one stretch he went 4 consecutive rounds without landing a jab and only throwing 6 and 7 in a round. Nino stuck to his game plan. He was awkward, he was game, he was strong. Felt some of Viloria's power, but he never seemed bothered. Viloria 7 of 65 jabs in this fight, 11% as you see the final numbers. 508 power punches thrown by Nino, only 333 by Viloria. 28% for Viloria, 31% for Nino. The jabs, 7 of 65 for Viloria for the entire fight. He never seemed to get into a rhythm, seemed off his game as he lost his championship. Omar Nino, never been past 10 rounds. He did tonight in fine fashion. The judges' scorecards have been tallied. Our ring announcer is ready with the decision. Here is Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecards. Mark Green has it 117, 112. Adelaide Bird scores at 118 to 110. Chuck Jampa 117, 111. To the winner by unanimous decision. And new champion, Omar El Mastrito Nino.
Accurately scored by the judges. I mentioned during the bout, I had complete faith in Adelaide Bird, Chuck Jampa, and Mark Green for objectivity, and I think their scores reflected that. Brian Viloria has lost in an upset his WBC light flyweight championship. We will hear from the victorious and new champion Omar Nino, as well as Brian Viloria, when we return to Fight Night after this. Omar Nino has upset Brian Viloria for the WBC light flyweight championship. We send it to the ring, and Wally Mack.